now we are having all those difficulties again. Finally, we have to say, look, I mean, we got to live together.
There will be some selective decoupling, but there should not be, we should not let it spill over.
Welcome to CCG Global Dialogue. There seems to be a cycle, that every 20 years that we may reach a new equilibrium or new point of change. Now we are having all those difficulties again. It seems that more and more misunderstanding and mistrust has been built up. When China and the US can probably reach a new equilibrium, or maybe finally we have to say, look, I mean, we got to live together because we're having this unprecedented challenge facing mankind. We cannot all do it by ourselves. We have to work together.
Now, if you date this most recent period from about 2016 or 17, you can say that we're, 6 or 7 years into the current period of great power competition. And who knows whether it will take 2 decades for us to see our way through this. History is not deterministic in that we can also make mistakes of making decisions that push things in the wrong directions. I think in this current period, the important thing will be to realize that there'll be competition, but it's important to have guardrails on the competition, to make sure that we have constant communication with each other at the highest levels, and that we understand what each other's red lines are, and we also understand getting ourselves into a crisis situation. So I think the current period of great power competition is likely to last for another decade or so, though nobody can be sure. But we have to make sure that we wind up working together to make sure that things don't get out of hand. And that's often summarized by the term guardrails along the road to make sure we don't go off the road.
Are we getting into a Cold War, or are we really getting decoupled? Or because of we see lately, there's a CHIPS Act, there's new Congress policies.
There are procedures we can take to make sure we have dialogues in specific ways that don't let decoupling go too far. And I think that these probably would be bolstered by having more regular meetings by the highest political leaders, by President Xi and President Biden. But it has to be at many levels at the same time. So I think we should get away from seeing the issue of do we decouple or not decouple. There will be some selective decoupling, but there should not be, we should not let it spill over into illusions that widespread decoupling wouldn't do great harm to both of our economies and to the world economy. And as I mentioned earlier, in the area of ecological interdependence, it's meaningless to talk about decoupling. Carbon dioxide that goes into the atmosphere from China or doesn't know how to decouple or how to avoid crossing borders.